All right, Leo in the year of 2022. What does 2022 have in store for Leo's sun, moon, rising, or whatever house you have Leo in? All right, so I'm seeing your physical body going through a period of healing. Um, Usually, this healing comes after um, quite a challenging time. It's also a very spiritual card. And if you notice you're having any strange headaches, obviously you should always consult with a medical professional. But they may be ascension headaches. If you're talking about it in a woo-woo sense, you may be just opening up spiritually and feel it more in your physical body. I'm seeing a lot of downloads for you as well from the universe about how to better your life and heal yourself. And in terms of physical stuff, I think that I can say that it might be, some of you might have like an imbalance in the hormonal or chemical aspects of your body. So that might be something to keep out for. Or you might be feeling like, like your body is changing and you just, you might need more water, might be more dehydrated, you might be hormonally a little bit out of balance or coming into balance from being out of balance with something. Drinking more water is definitely something I get from that card. What you're valuing right now. This one's a good one. I think you're valuing your own downtime from being your normal self. I think that you needed a little break from just having to keep up appearances with everybody else, and you're valuing not caring about being perfect right now, or maybe not having to be so flashy or expressive with your personal belongings. I think that maybe you're probably coming into a little bit of a humbling period, and not in a negative way, more of a personal choice. Maybe you are just becoming more spiritual and just finding that those things really don't matter. But I think that maybe you might be lacking a little self-confidence at this time as well. And so you might want to consider taking a little more time to value yourself and to really normally you never have to tell a Leo to value themselves. They are very much in tune with their expression of themselves, and life is a stage really for Leo. So I just feel like you're valuing maybe getting back on track with things for you, in terms of what your resources, maybe maybe you were considering that there would be some kind of financial favor or help from others in your life, or, at least help with moving out of a difficult time into calmer times. And maybe that didn't work out or is kind of not going anywhere. And so you maybe need to regroup and just put more time into yourself and figure out what's going to be the best route of action for you. Maybe it's just slightly disappointment with that, and your resources being a little bit up in the air. In terms of the third house, how you're communicating, what you're thinking. You're surrounding yourself with beauty right now, and that's not unusual for you. I feel like Leos are really good at that. You might be going to concerts and listening to great music, or you might be doing some improv, or some acting, or singing even. I see this as a birth of a new idea that's yet to be born within you. So like maybe you are working on a creative project and it's really in the brainstorm process. I think that you'll be bringing this out sooner or later. It might just take some time to embellish and really flush out. But it seems very abundant and will definitely be something that you can hold in your hand when it's done and count on. I also think that you might be making a more classic approach to your expression of your wardrobe, and I just see like a pruning back, maybe getting a little more practical or classical about some kind of way you express yourself, but still keeping it beautiful. And we all tweak and work, change our style up every now and then. It's a normal thing for us as humans, I think. You might want to go on a trip, but you're having a hard time getting everybody on board with this, that you want to go. You're like trying to set something up, some of you. It might be like some kind of trip to like a Broadway show. It seems like you might still go. It's like you're taking the money from people to go, or you're trying to get everybody to give you calendar dates that work for them, and see if they can get on board with it. Either that, or you're taking a trip to a beautiful place locally, and you're kind of like not wanting to be around a lot of people, which is totally understandable right now. So you might be just like, oh my God, get away from me. in the fourth house of your home, family, and past and childhood upbringing, I see that currently you might be not so focused on your home life. You're still in charge of your home and very much on top of things as much as you need to be, but it's not something that you're like putting a lot of energy into right now. Or maybe you do need to put a lot of energy into it and you're like, I really don't want to. Maybe finances have not lent you as of late, lent you like the ability to do a little more home cozy decorating and stuff, or maybe you're just looking for the money to do a project in the home. You may very well be going out more than usual, and just like, you get home and then you're like, I just want to be comfortable, and you are, but you're like, I just, letting my house go right now. I definitely have been there. I'm there right now. So I see that. I see somebody in your life maybe giving you a gift that you work with, and it being something you can put in your home as well. Something like a decoration for the house or something for the kitchen. That's very nice. In terms of your love life, your creativity and your leisurely activities, I see you letting go of something that you've been holding on to pretty tight. It could have been a relationship that you really, really wanted to work out, and you just feel like it's time to let go and create more flow in your life in terms of romance. I also see kind of maybe you giving up some kind of hobby because you've just had enough of it, or it's maybe costing you a little too much money and you want to try something else and add something else to your list of creative hobbies. I see potentially you might be doing something at home once in a while. Maybe some of you are knitters. I'm getting that. Very interesting. I don't normally get that from those two. And I didn't mention this, but this is a year overall of like opportunity coming in. You might not see it, or even think it's going to be worth your while or be interested in it. But there is something in it for you. This is going to be like an offer that helps you out financially, out of a more difficult place. And you might be like, ugh, that's just so much work and I don't really want to do that right now. But it might be worth it. Or in terms of, this could be love and an offer of love coming in this year that's going to take you out of feeling, lonely. Not that you're lonely, but just, add some zest to your life. Leo loves a lot of zest, right? All right, so I see you being either excited about something in your day-to-day life at work, or maybe excited about finally finishing up something, a large project at work, that's been like really stressing you out and kind of been like something that you haven't, that was absolutely mandatory that you had no way around. that finally is finished and you being excited about that. I also see you getting news of something beginning, like a new job that that you can go to every day, or news about something in your health that ends up taking a big burden off your back, because it like helps you a lot. So I would keep like the opportunities that are coming in. I would, if you hear something on the TV, on the news or something, or in something you're reading, definitely like take notice, especially if it's like, oh, it like perks your ears up for a second and then you just like, whatever. No, I would definitely like read it or look into it. It may help you a lot in terms of your day-to-day life and your health. I see somebody who's younger than you, a child even maybe, might need some help, you to help them do something. It might be too big of a challenge for them, and you could help them do it, assist them with something, teach them how to do something. In your relationship house, other people, career relationships, coworkers, friends, more so romantic and business partnerships. I see something suddenly happening, a major uplift in somebody else's life, and you being a witness to it, and maybe having to show them some compassion. Maybe they just, lost a job or are having some health issues, or lost a loved one and need someone to talk to and emotionally connect with. Being receptive to them at this time, you probably will. I also feel like something may happen to somebody else that a relationship. So something may happen externally to you, and then you may benefit from that in some way, which is kind of a weird dynamic to the card. Or something could happen to somebody else, and it could spiritually enlighten you and open you up to new possibilities. Weird example. A friend sees a miraculous thing, and you know that person and know they're not lying about it, and you've totally, your mind's been opened by that person or their situation, and your heart has been opened by that person's situation. So something it's very cool, actually. Very interesting download there. You might not be feeling that you have the power to move forward now. I feel like you're feeling pretty stagnant. You're trying to get yourself out of some kind of like challenge in your life, and maybe you're trying to move and you just feel like you don't have the energy to do it, or you just can't wrap your mind around all the things you would have to do to move. Might be lacking a little self-confidence in the power department, and that's not a typical Leo thing. So maybe it's just a low like it might be a little bit of a low time during 2022 for you, Leo. We all go through these things. I've just been going through mine, so I'm really hoping that by the time 2022 comes, I get it out the way, but you never know. But have hope that you can turn this around and you can move into a different direction. Another thing I get is astral projection with this card. So I don't know if you're into that sort of thing, but if you are, you may be trying to do that at this time. and you may very well succeed. If you're not trying to do this thing, this may happen to you, not to scare you or anything. It happens to a lot of people. I wouldn't worry about it. Just know that you are safe and you will be safe. So it's not anything that's, I mean, some people go through sleep paralysis and stuff. It's a normal part of life for some people. So, and most of the time it doesn't last forever. I wouldn't worry about it too much. You might be trying to get a loan for a car as well, a vehicle. Okay, I'm moving on now. Like I said about the trip, you might be trying to get friends to go to a show or something. I see that some of you might actually, if you're into physical stuff, leisure, physical activities like sports, you might be climbing somewhere, which is kind of cool. Maybe like one of those indoor gyms, climbing, wall climbing or whatever. Or maybe you're really into the terrain and like going out and being outside at any time of the year. So that's another thing I see, a trip to do that. For some reason I'm getting oh my gosh, I'm getting Christmas vacation. I don't know where that's coming from, but it's coming where he plugs the two lights, the two power cords together in the house. Like, I forget what happens, like over circuits or something outside. So, random thought, but that's coming in. You might have watched that movie, or be watching that movie soon with friends. You might go to see that movie somewhere. You might like be on a trip and then like all of a sudden randomly that's playing on the plane. Like, I'd have no idea, but it's coming in. In the 10th house of career, some of you are going to school to be a healer. A healer, there's so many kinds of healers. You can be a massage therapist. You can be a doctor, a nurse, a CNA, nurse practitioner. I mean, there's so many different things you can. I see taking steps physically and financially towards a job that would be very, there is compassion in there, in this type of job. There is a deep caring for others. And caring is in the waters of the King of Cups are very healing, you know. There might be somebody at your work that's younger than you that you're training right now and you have a lot of love for this person. You're growing fond of them. I'm not necessarily saying in a romantic sense. I'm saying like in a, you just genuinely care about this person at work. They may be the person that gives you the gift, a little token of appreciation that you get to take home with you and bring to your house, where the dishes may or may not be clean. Oh, I don't want to do dishes either. In your friends group, I'm seeing associations with others. I see you're freeing yourself from having to always smooth the rough edges of other people within your social circles. I feel like you don't care to do any kind of like, smooth talking to other people. Not like smooth talking in the sense of being manipulative. I just feel like, some people you have to walk around like on eggshells because they're just high maintenance. And Leos, we know you can be a little high maintenance. But I mean, we're talking about people that are high maintenance and a kind of just over kind of bearing, kind of like just you have to cater to them every minute. They need a lot more attention. And usually it's from a negative thing. You like attention, Leo, but it's not. It's just part of how you reflect your inner world to others. It's very. You are the mask and the face of the theater and all those things. I just think that there might be somebody that you're kind of freeing yourself from at this time, like, and being a little more ferocious with, really, because you're just like, all right, well, you're obviously not getting the point. I also feel like you're getting yourself out of your own way by clearing up any mental blocks that you had, or fears of moving forward with something. So you might be, in terms of meeting new people, you might just be like, I'm going for it. Normally you are like that, but I feel like you've been afraid before to hang out with this person or join this club or something, and now you're just like, I'm freeing myself up mentally from having to people please or feel like I have to constantly be taming this inner beast, this inner instinct that I have to do this. So I feel like you should just be yourself and go for it. If you've been feeling a little bit depressed because maybe you feel like you're not able to kind of win over a friend in a weird dynamic or situation that's going sour, don't worry. People come around in their own time. I mean, sometimes you just gotta stay neutral. And I feel like that's kind of you releasing yourself from an obligation, maybe, to feel upset about something that happened to a friend or is going on with a friend, and you feel it's a little dramatic, maybe, and you're just not wanting to have to cater to that person anymore because they're exhausting you mentally. All right. 12th house. You might be dropping the ball on something to do with your faith in something or someone. You could possibly be I wouldn't say dropping the ball with a hidden enemy, like an adversary. Maybe you are like dropping it with an adversary. Like, all right, let's just drop it and move on with our lives because this is too much. So that could be the person in your friends group that's causing a lot of issues, and it might be online as well. I feel like there might have been some passionate communication online that was maybe a little aggressive. Just, sometimes we just got to let people go, or let it go. In terms of, like, say, institutions and things of a larger scale nature, more of a macro nature, I see, like, you maybe dropping the ball with calling somebody back that may have to do with work or something. So just keep an eye on that. Or maybe you just don't care and you're just like, ugh, I'm not calling this person back. I don't need to deal with this. There may be a message that comes in from your work that just causes you to say, I'm done with this dealing with this company, or especially if you run your own business of any kind, or maybe it has something to do with the health field that you're working in, if that is what that message was for you. I just feel like there's a message that comes in that says, that makes you feel like you have to drop it all and maybe go take care of something even. So if that's the case, then that would be something that you really had no choice over, that you would have to just drop it and kind of go in and deal with this situation. It may very well be with, if you have children, you may get a call at work, or that they're sick and they need to come home from school, or there's been an issue with them at school, or you may have to drop a call to talk to a child that wants to, an important call or an important thing, because a child has something going on in their life and that you want to be a part of that. That could come up as well. All right, so a year of building some self-confidence, maybe getting house a little bit more in order. Letting go of relationships that don't serve you anymore, accepting offers from the universe that you might have not thought about before, potentially getting some downloads from the universe about what you need to do for you right now, helping others get through tough times. And helping others heal. Sounds like a good year to me. Have a great one, Leo, and I hope I talk to you soon.